Hello everybody, my name is Prince Boss, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, we did some more investigating. We talked with Mr. Sholmes, we talked with Iris, and we learned about her father, who was the murder victim in the first case, Dr. John H. Wilson, but it's something that I technically already knew because it just made the most sense. And Gina Lestrade came over, had some dinner with us. We learned about some backstory, and then there was a break-in at the pawnbrokers next door. And yeah, I think Mr. Windybanks is dead, and Gina Lestrade is probably gonna be, the accused. But also, Herlock Sholmes was shot, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. My friend is also back with me for this next episode.
Hello.
I know he only got like a short amount of screen time last time, but that's only because of the characters were already present and I already had voices for him.
I played a cop.
He did play a cop, and he also played the judge.
For like a mere
2 seconds.
Yeah, like 2 seconds.
Anyway, we're gonna get started and continuing on with Case 5, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story.
Let's go.
Investigation Part 3, 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, guess we're going back to the shop. Ah! After them! Go! Behind that door! In the storeroom! Hurry! Windybank!
Yep, it's Windy Bank.
Oh, she has the gun! What the fuck? Why do you have the gun?
Did she shoot him?
It's Gina.
Either she shot him or the perp
Put it in her hand.
put it in her hand to make it look like she shot him.
From that moment, Windybank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn, before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Well then. It's issued of April 6:21 a.m. Narhoda's Legal Consultancy. Uh-oh. Oh! Iris! Uh-oh.
A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home.
Oh, yes, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Harley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Bruno?
Let's see, your friend is probably accused of murder. Sholmes is shot.
And we lost one of the greatest characters.
And, Windybank's dead. So, yeah, a lot of things happened, Iris. Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Well, back to talking. Oh my god. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windybank is dead.
Whew.
He was shot. We discovered that in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I saw those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windybank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out onto the street, and I chased after them, but they got away.
So, it was one of them who shot Mr. Windybank, I suppose?
I don't know, but it's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see? Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry, there was nothing I could do. Let me tell him about Sholmes real quick.
So where's Hurley then? Is he still in there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windy Banks, a gun was fired and he took a bullet.
Hurley! Shot? No.
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at Saint's Sinners. They're tending to him here. There.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
You're technically not family. No, I mean nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Windybank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think it's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno.
That's a good point. I could have been shot.
On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris.
Where's Susie, Bruno?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mrs. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. Glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station. I don't understand why they arrested Gina. It's not fair. What about the two folks that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
Hurley's not dead! No! I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
It's all so horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Windybank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all of his deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
See?
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room.
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well...
Ugh, what can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Bruno. I can't stand you sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder. I don't want to leave her alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget, we saw the visitor crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. So I guess that's the first place we're going, it's the hospital. Your location's at it. Yeah, we're going to the hospital first. Go check out Herlock Sholm, see if he's okay. 16th of April, St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3.
Hurley! Oh! He's not here!
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he'd been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not, there's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh. Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Eh? No, you don't know the half of it. If that's how you see us, then sure. That's not his name. That's what a British cop is called, as a Bobby.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley? Extensive! Oh dear, is he going to be alright?
Ah, that's right, because he's very energetic.
Oh!
I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Well, nothing to do here. Let's go to the, should I go to the prison or should I go to... Well, I guess we can't do anything here yet. To the prison! Yeah, this is cell 13. So... Hello, Gina. Hello, Mario. They let you keep that? It's a fucking grenade launcher!
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish he wouldn't point at me all the time, though. Maybe we should also ask why the hell did they allow the... What's his name? The guy that had the cell phone that was like evil, Justice for All. It was actually a bad guy. Why they let him have a cell phone. And wine! They let him have wine! Why? What are you here for?
Ginny.
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we're thinking that we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry. You are. Get lost.
Don't be like that, Genie. I know you didn't do it. You never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me. Pull the other one.
Oh.
You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I sneak up to a pawn shop any day of the week. just to see what I can lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am.
But, Ginny,
I'd be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stopped. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one. She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried.
why are you being like this, Ginny?
I'm not taking no for an answer. Just come on. I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away? They wanted me to sign some papers, representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Why do you think that?
Because that's how it's always been for me, growing up in the back slums. Me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, they'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Bit slowed out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. You can't trust no one, that's the point. Soon as you do, you're gone to grass. Dead. Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could forget it! Oh, alright.
Ginny! Don't you trust Bruno?
Nah, I don't. Oh, come on. I guess. Look, I'll ask it nicely now. Just leave me alone. I'm not gonna do that. Will you tell us what happened at least, Gina? Last night at the pawnbroker's? There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest.
But why, Ginny? Why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? Oh, give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference.
Perhaps tell us, Ginny. I'll believe you, whatever it is.
Believe me, don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest old lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have.
What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
Yeah, what unforgivable lies? Tell us. What do you mean? What did you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar in the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you told are? Maybe we can help. Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now.
Ginny, please.
Oh yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. Are they kidding? A photographic print of a really adorable cat. Another kitty, huh? I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it.
I wouldn't want a little photograph like that was doing in a pocket of that overcoat.
Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye.
Oh, Ginny.
Well, I guess that's evidence now. Guess we can't do anything anymore here. Well, to the crime scene! To the crime scene! Away! What do you think? Oh my. People walking around.
There's a lot of bodies.
Yeah, a lot of bobbies.
This is where it happened then? Last night?
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that. Oh, it's him. My bad, Gregson. Wrong voice. Oh, Inspector. Good morning. I was like trying to do a cop since you were paying attention. I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you'd assign more extra men to the beat around here, Grexy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming!
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are tending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice.
Oh, what? Are you thirsty, Grexy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you like some.
Lovely. So very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. So, how's the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge the diver who we arrested last night, in fact. Gina, you're gonna charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish to oblige you, I'm afraid.
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the? Jesus.
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, aren't you?
How could you? How? How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try and keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison. She should be. Assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting at all.
Oh!
A bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so. But a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They've got to stop the bleeding.
But will he be alright, won't he? He'll be able to make him better?
Oh, of course, your ladyship. He'll be as right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know? Well, because, of course. Yes, because Mr. Schultz is such a great detective, that's why. We'd better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear. Please don't die him.
I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theater. Okay. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, sunshine! Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the saucy son! I'm a copper, and we don't go into favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those Adventures of Sherlock Holmes stories, that's why. Oh. I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of hers.
What did you write about the Inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really.
It was one of Sholmes's lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it.
Oh, I did write that.
And you know what that one line did for me, huh? The very next month, my pay doubled! Doubled, I tell you! Oh, that's amazing. All because of everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Sherlock Holmes stories. He is the exact opposite of you. Let's go. They've even stepped up the fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? That's all it take. All it take is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, huh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Jesus Christ. Calm down with the tea, bro. Lovely. Not very much. That really hits the spot, your ladyship. Teetotal. Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Miss Naruhodo. Yes, what is it? I've got an important message for you. I cleared and forgot about it until now. An important message? Wonder what it could be. Think I know what it is. Are you gonna tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe? Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Head off? Where? To Lord Stronghard's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course, I forgot about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey, to go and meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. I'd better head over to Lord Chief Justice's office and fetch her straight away. Well, let's get out of here. Get out of here. New location. Lord Chief Justice Stronghard. 16th of April. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Yes. Look at this place. It's so freaking cool. We're in a clock. We're in a clock tower. This is his office. It's awesome. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow. I know, right?
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regards to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust? Yes, thank you very much. Oh boy. Look at Lord Strongheart. He looks so fucking cool. Yeah. He's appeared like the first, in the third, and fourth case. There they are, Sasada-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. Wait. What did you just say? Your return to your homeland? Sasada-san! Uh-oh. We just caught her red-handed.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was all of that about? Ah, Miss Naruhodo! Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why are you talking about Miss Sasato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Well, what about Jeannie's trial? You mean she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
Oh boy. Miss Sasato, what is all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Miss Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as...
That's not what I asked! What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no!
Professor Mikotoba? Oh my god. Yes, sorry. Might want to speak a little louder. I don't think it's picking you up. Try it one more time.
You must be the defendant, Ryonosuke Naruhodo, I believe.
There we go. I think it picked you up that time. Yes, that's right.
My name is Yuzuru Mikotoba. I'm a professor of May University.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it. And as you all aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Mr. Sato's departure as soon as possible. Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening.
So Gina's been charged? She'll have to appear in court?
Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the day of the trial has already been set for tomorrow.
No, not even 24 hours later?
Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl and the murderer of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. In all too transpicious case, the pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo! Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart. In deference of your fine services today, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave. Now.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palatable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. There are far more serious matters to which to contend. Serious matters? Gregson mentioned something like that yesterday.
Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. Let's see. 3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me. There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart. Which is... it's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. Timely suggestion. Sorry. The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. Well, guess bye. What a day. Gina charged with murder, Sasada-san about to leave.
Come, Miss Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie! You're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do? As Miss Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sato. That's a very pensive look.
I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go!
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can, as a lawyer. Fuck out of here and let's go to the prison again. Hello again, Gina. Hello. Put that away!
Gina, you know us. You don't need to keep whipping.
What are you lot here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces again. Obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I?
Look! You can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Eh? Farewell? Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum party indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie! Well, that ain't my business. Both Iris and Miss Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They put their faith in you. Somehow, you can't find it in your heart to pull your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you. What? It's my fault? Yes, so I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Eh? Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be. What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, huh? You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. Oh no. Is it that she never liked... Oh no. Is it that she never liked Iris to begin with? Oh no.
She's been lying about it since the whole time.
What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Miss Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant. No, I can't.
Whatever these lies are, they are obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted? The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe.
Will you tell us about it now? Hell yeah. Tell us.
Like you said, it was all appended 2 months ago. It all happened 2 months ago. The car first got hold of me and shoved me into the witness stand.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it.
What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing, and then...
Oh.
I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor.
And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you.
Yeah. It pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at my hands, I had covered blood all over them. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina the witnesses on the roof saw through the skylight.
Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who were you? Why were you hiding under the seat? Yeah, he did. Only, that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. About what he was going to do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell nobody about any of it. If I did, he said he'd let me scatter before the cops showed up.
Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. what you saw, what you heard, everything. Oh my god. Alright, tell me what you saw. You said McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch-black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard a thud, the cove hitting the floor, I let out a little scream, you see. I couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by the arm, and when I saw it, it was on the floor next to the old geezer when I'd been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one that did took off me at Windy Banks. So the music box disc was there, on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long. McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bug trotter told me. I weren't to mother a word of it to no one. Huh. Alright, tell me what you heard. Because it was so dark under the seat in the cab, I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh. Because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. What is going on? But whenever I'm in the carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. That's not his voice, or whatever. And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time, in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other. Huh. So McGilded was lying, as I suspected. Alright, what happened after? I knew it weren't gonna take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The 2 Coles from up top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Nothing, fella. What I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles. Let's see now. I give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Windy Banks. The coachie snapped up the money and ran off to pop his coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there, but not without conditions. I see. Alright, tell me the conditions. What was his conditions? What do you want you to do? Or Mr. McGilded's conditions, though. For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul. Not for anything about what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go popular weasel, right? Aye. The fiend's taken me over a call to deposit with the pawnbroker's earbell. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What, you want me to have the ticket? That's right. And I'll come fetch it from you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then, is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Windy Banks, so it is. And you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any old fin could come along and buy. Yeah, but I ain't got that kind of brass. It's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny, now. If you go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I have no doubt. Coppers! Aye, they'll come asking you to take the stand in court, to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it that you might say? And what is it that we won't? So he is the killer of the third case. Alright. Interesting. After he'd gone over it all, I picked it, got as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGill had planned it, and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. Insane. I bet you're ready to string me up, huh? I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. Thing is, he said he would make it. He would make it so he couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with.
What a wicked man!
He knew everything what went on in the back slums. No. He knew we had no one to look after us, and we was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have... In an heartbeat. He could have had a lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then, where could we have gone, huh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But, I'm buried now, huh? Go on, admit it, you must be livid. Well, you can make some amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what?
Billy's having a big operation right now, Jeannie.
Is it bad? Is it gonna be alright?
Sholmes is gonna be alright, right?
That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy. Is that it? Something like that. Miss Asada? Yes, of course. I have the representation papers right here. Sign it. I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer or nothing. Are you gonna sign the papers or fucking what?
Oh, Jeannie, she seems so lonely.
Yeah! She signed it! Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windy Banks now.
Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Jeannie when we're done there.
Maybe. I feel like we're finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windy Banks. Although something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. To be continued!
Continued.
Yeah, we're gonna save. Alright. Fucking part 4!
Oh my god, it's so long.
Christ. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there.
Too long.
This case is way too fucking long.
Way too long.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This case is getting more and more interesting as time progresses, I think.
Yep.
So next time we're gonna be finally investigating at Windy Banks, hopefully doing a lot more than just, talking and actually doing some stuff. But who knows? This is Ace Attorney. You have the low points and you have the high points. And I think we're in a very low point right now where we're just talking to shit. So yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe for more Ace Attorney content and maybe XCOM content down the road. And we'll see you guys again next time.
And as always, I hope you enjoyed.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.